Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Today's game features a very active secondary. The Texans are top 10 in forcing interceptions, and they'll be up against the Steelers, who will be testing that coverage. With that, let's hand it over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. They've got the call of this Week 12 matchup.
Larry, they broke ground on this place in the year 2000, opened it in August of 2002, and it's been the home of this franchise ever since. Welcome to NRG Stadium in Houston. Today, it's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we've got a good one in store between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Houston Texans. It's Taylor. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down. Offensive starters here. Wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins, a talented wide receiver.
And he's still looking for that ultimate recognition. He wants to be mentioned with the best receivers in the game. His numbers suggest that we should do so.
Second and 10, it's Taylor again. Strong grabs it over the middle. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It's a gain of 9 yards. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. Come on! They'll indeed go for it. It's Taylor underneath for Miller. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Here's the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36.
All right, partner, despite my eating habits, I'm not big enough to play offensive tackle, nor am I quick enough. But with the defensive ends nowadays and their speed, those guys have to be able to punch and dance, and it's a tough job to contain them.
On second down, Roethlisberger. Green with a catch left side. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that. And that's what he did.
On your screen now, here are the offensive starters. At wideout, Antonio Brown is certainly someone that the defense always has to account for.
Without a doubt, a true #1 receiver. It doesn't matter to him how defenses want to cover him. He sees it as a challenge and knows how to defeat him.
And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physical. Sometimes that leads to drops.
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. So our initial drive here this afternoon results in 3. I'm not sure that was a statement necessarily, but getting points on the road, never a bad thing.
No question about it, Brandon. You had a crowd that was all fired up during pregame introductions, yet you're able to quiet them just a little bit by taking the early lead.
Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. Well, good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Now it's Taylor. Right side, caught Fedorowicz. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 3rd down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
The Texans send the punter out as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. But how about this, a fake? And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board. And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turn around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
Now Roethlisberger to throw on 2nd down. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
They brought in an extra defensive back here, so probably not expecting a run on 3rd and 3.
A good call.
Then he locates Wheaton, complete. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
They'll come out in the pistol. Now Bell. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by the offense after that nice tackle.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The defensive crew for the Texans.
It was the #1 pick in the NFL draft, and it was with good reason. An absolute athletic.
And it's caught. It's Brown. Touchdown Steelers. Antonio Brown, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. Fighting through. Oh, spinning away. And not a very good return at all as he won't even get this back to the 15. And now out comes Houston. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for him. Didn't happen. All also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence. We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away, but the bottom line is that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Off the play fake, here's Taylor. They'll roll him out right. Taylor hit. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Roethlisberger. That is caught inside the 5. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does.
And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Le'Veon Bell, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. He's got it, and it's 17-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
That, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Escaping the pressure right. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
Come on, let's go! Flex round! Switch! Flex round!
Now Taylor to throw on 2nd down. Gets it to Strong. And he's brought down. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's Texans football as we get going in quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a 1st down. From the gun, it's Taylor. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll make it 2nd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target. The Steelers insert their nickel defense on 3rd down.
Yeah, they add a DB. And that is incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target. And it's 4th down.
The days of knowing your assignment, dropping to it, and calling it a day, that's over with. Because now, when you drop into a zone, especially as a defensive back, you're seeing the play in front of you. So if a man wanders into your area, guess what? Now it goes from zone to man coverage in many cases. And on this particular play, able to see the play in front of him, react to it, and knock the ball away. Gotta like what you just saw there, if you like zone defense.
They'll try and throw for it with Taylor. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that.
50. Set. Blue 30. Max 50. Max 50. Max 50.
On second down, here's Roethlisberger. Green's got it over the middle. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Here comes the D swarming to the line. Now a first down carry by Bell. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Over the middle here to Brown. And he's brought down after a good gain. A nice gain at 21 yards. A good grab there by the former Central Michigan man, Antonio Brown.
And he ate up some real estate on the catch, too, didn't he? I think the most impressive part of it, though, if there's a chance for him to get the football, even though he was covered well, he somehow finds a way to get it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
Really good, solid run right there, and they did it from a 4-wide receiver set. And if you're an offensive coordinator, they used to tell people, hey, we're going to throw the football. Now they use 4 receivers on the field to spread things out, give them more.
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Marcus Wheaton, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead.
You know, in golf, they often talk about playing the course and not worrying about what the other players are doing, what their scores are. That's essentially what we're seeing from this offense. They're just having fun and doing what they feel like doing today.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. It was Joe Hayden, the former Pro Bowler, that came up to get him down.
Here we go. Flex round. Flex round.
They go play action now. Taylor. It's complete to Fuller. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
And when an offense is doing a nice job selling the play-action pass, a lot of responsibility shifts to the linebackers. They're the ones that have to determine run or pass and get to the proper places on the field.
Here we go. Flex round. Ohio.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's got time. He's going to float this one. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Texans cut into that lead. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
The evaluation process in today's NFL does not take into account as much bulk as it does speed, and that's what we're seeing with the linebacker position. Those guys that can run, they can play at any spot because they can make plays on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage.
They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end.
Here we go.
On second down, Roethlisberger. And he's going to be out of bounds at the 39. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Hey, tight left, tight end left.
They come up with 1 running back. That's Bell.
Let's go, Mike, 50. Mike, shift. Hey, alert.
On first down, it's Roethlisberger. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Watch 84. He's going.
Now Roethlisberger to throw on second down. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Got a little handsy there, defensive holding, Charles.
And defenders will get away with as much as you will allow. The 5-yard mark tells the officials where the line should be drawn.
After the penalty, it's Bell. And he is going to lose yardage here.
Let's go now.
Now Roethlisberger to throw. Green with a catch left side. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end. Let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Man, he got in there so... And now the Texans want to call another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. And they're definitely showing blitz here. On second down, here's Roethlisberger. Oh, wide open, complete. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Ladarius Green, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. And oh, it's no good on the PAT, so they can't add on here. And our score is going to stay right where it is. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but when they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, we gave up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here. Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down.
Flex round! Flex round! Come on, let's go! Check!
Play action. Now Taylor. And he comes back with one complete. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down.
Love the call by the offensive coordinator, recognizing the situation very well, calling for the play-action pass and completing it.
Get wide! Let's go!
They go play action with Taylor. Surveying the field. He's going to float this one. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. DeAndre Hopkins, his second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Texans get a bit closer. And his kick is good. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. Oh, look at the juke. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. They come up with one running back. That's Bell.
Hey, alert. He's coming. No. Off.
Here's Roethlisberger. Bryant with a catch right side. And he's able to get this one up to the 45-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Now a play fake here on first down. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
A fake to Beck. Now been hit, and he lost the football. It's loose, and the Texans scoop it. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And with great field position here, chance for some points before the break.
That's prime real estate.
And the Steelers signal for another timeout. So as they take it over, we step aside. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. And actually, Larry, hold that thought. We're right back to the action. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think the
blitz coming, and down he goes. Jadeveon Clowney in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. On second down, Roethlisberger. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. Give him 9 on the play, and that'll make it third down. Short of the sticks after that completion, and now it's third down for this offense. On third down, Roethlisberger. He completes it to Bryant. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about this training camp. knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. They'll try and run with a fullback Johnson. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and they're able to convert here on 4th and inches. They go play action here on first down. Hauled in by Wheaton over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Coaches really don't care from what position they get this, but run after the catch ability, rack ability, is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Yeah, let me puff out my chest a little bit, even though I'm not rooting for either team. That was a really nice defensive play. It's awfully fun to watch, even in an offensive game.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Now Roethlisberger to throw on second down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
7th play in this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down.
All right, here we go.
From the gun on third down, it's Roethlisberger. And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Antonio Brown, AB, with just one hand to complete that catch. Is there anything he can't do?
He has just continued to impress year after year, hasn't he?
He has never forgotten that he wasn't considered an elite receiver coming out of college. I think every snap he takes it upon himself to prove that he should have been.
So the drive stalls out, but they are able to put 3 points on the board.
Yeah, just a yard or 2 shorter than an extra point, so no problems converting there.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. He can't bring him down.
The weight room does work.
And last year that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee, and that's at the 25.
Come on, let's get round! Flex round! Ohio! Come on, let's go!
They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. He won't go down.
Run!
A gain of 39 that time.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him. Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
From the red zone now, here's Taylor on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Cameron Hayward coming hard that time. He's able to run him down for a loss of 12.
Let's go! Flex round! Watch 98! Ohio!
Play action, it's Taylor letting one go deep for the end zone. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
I'm not quite sure how he wasn't able to hold on to that one in the end zone. A great opportunity lost, but a lot of relief for the defensive guys. When they get into film next week, they're going to want to know what happened. Where was the breakdown that almost allowed a touchdown?
Don't worry about that.
And Pittsburgh with 6 defensive backs in the game here on third down.
Flex round! Let's go!
for strong, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Arthur Moats. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. The best way to do it, touchdowns. So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be. But we put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win one every now and then.
Now Roethlisberger. Green with a catch left side. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. And now they're in the hurry-up.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
We just saw him hit a big play there on a deep post. And most of the time, the post isn't available because usually you have defenders in the middle of the field. But if you throw enough curls and crossing routes and underneath routes, I know from experience, they get tired of watching those balls get caught. They start to creep up a little bit, and that's when you can hit them big over the top.
Here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll stop him right on the midfield stripe. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Steeler football, and they have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here.
3 down. Set. 180. Alert. You play to win. Let's go. Let's go. Hurry up. Let's go.
Brown, the lone receiver left.
Hey, alert 3.
From midfield now, here's Roethlisberger. That's caught inside the 20. A gain of 32 that time. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. And defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up 1st downs and keeping the football.
Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. We'll check on his status when we get back. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. On 2nd down, Roethlisberger. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. On 3rd down, Roethlisberger, and he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
I've become a firm believer over the years that many drops happen before the ball's even snapped. When you call a wide receiver screen, as we saw there, I know these guys really well. They're thinking about that play going to the end zone, and sometimes they forget to catch the football first.
And you figure with that, this game's pretty well out of reach.
It would take a heck of a comeback at this point. Being 3 scores down, I think that's too much to ask with time winding down here in the 4th.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better. I like the boldness, and I like that they took a shot downfield, but it was well covered. He's able to get a hand in and knock it away.
And on 2nd and 10 now. shotgun. It's Taylor. Caught left side, Hopkins. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Everything about that play was beautiful. A great corner route where the receiver worked the defensive back inside and then broke back to the outside to the corner. But how about the throw by the quarterback? Anticipation on the break from inside to outside. He threw the football. As the receiver turned around, the ball greeted him.
Here's Taylor. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And he's going to be out of bounds, but able to take it inside the 40-yard line. Okay, so now the question, how did he get that wide open?
Well, we both know that he shouldn't, because from the time they handed out scouting reports before this game, he was circled, starred, everything. Find him, cover him. But sometimes you can scheme a guy open. You put the receiver.
Taylor hit. He lost the football. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time.
And this is caught. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Martavis Bryant, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. And he'll bang that one through. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that taste out of their mouth here? Now Taylor to throw. Strong grabs it over the middle. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. They go play action here on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Cameron Hayward in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Now it's Taylor. He's got time in the pocket. Gets it to Strong. And he's brought down after a good gain. That one goes for 24 yards. And now a first down following that long gain.
Come on, let's go! Brand 38!
In motion is Strong. On first down, it's Taylor. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
And he motions the wide receiver. From the red zone now, here's Taylor on first down. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it.
Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round!
2nd and 10 now, it's Taylor. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10.
Come on, let's go! White, 90! Flex round! Flex round!
To throw again is Taylor. Fuller brings it in over the middle. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
They have a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first.
Flex round!
It's Taylor on fourth down. Alluding to Taylor. Hit. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Flush to his right. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. And he shows some mobility there, getting outside the tackles, moving to the right, making a nice play.
He had the whole field in front of him and was able to actually throw it about where he was looking, right? And he said he moved to the right, had his vision there, and put a nice pass into the end zone for a touchdown.
Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. Again, it's Bell. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one. Maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
On third down, Roethlisberger. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Charles, you think Big Ben is happy to have Antonio Brown on the other side of his passes?
You know he is, but he also expects it. This is how their offense runs best. When those two get together, especially early.
Well, now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Second down, 8. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Oh, Roethlisberger going to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And now the Texans want to call another timeout. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back.
Watch left, tight end to the left, tight end left.
They come up in an offset eye. Roethlisberger will throw. He completes it to Bryant. At 5 yards on the play there, it's a drive will continue.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it.
And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside. So the defense has put them in a tough spot. It's second and long.
All right, here we go.
On second down, here's Roethlisberger. On the right side, caught by Green. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Everyone dialed in. Here's Roethlisberger. Out left side here to Bryant. And he is out of bounds, but not before taking this down to the 8. And that last reception puts him over 150 yards now on the game, Charles.
And now it's not just execution. It's not just performance. It's a mental aspect that's going on. Because right now, he's got the defense so much on their heels, got them looking at each other. Who's going to cover this guy, and what type of coverage can we put out there to try and slow him down?
Now they'll try the sweep with Bell. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And now for the offense, this is play number 11 here on this drive.
All right, let's go.
Roethlisberger going to throw it. Trying here for Bryant, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And now out comes Houston. They're down big here late. I don't know. Just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory.